So my mom went coffin shopping today, which subsequently led to me receiving these three pictures. Yes, she is very much alive, but I actually almost died of laughter when I received these. They came accompanied with a text message. Which one do you think I look best in? Emphasis on in, because she is edited into three different colored coffins, alright? And obviously the answer is the pink one. She looks best in the pink one. She's edited with a smile inside of the pink one. So I call her up and I'm dying of laughter, and she's immediately triggered. She's like, "This is no laughing matter. This is very important. This is the last purchase that an old person makes." I'm like, "You're only 60. Calm down, all right? You got another 20 years going." She's like, "No, esto es bien importante. Oh my God. This is the last impression that I'm leaving on the world. This is the last way my only son, you're ever going to see me. You have to." I'm like, Mom, calm down. I think you look amazing in the pink one." And she's like, "Right? I thought so." Her whole demeanor immediately changed, all right? She's like, "Yeah, I think it brings out my complexion best." I'm like, "Why are you doing this today?" She's like, "Well, I was looking at your dad's last pictures." I'm like, "Oh, the ones that you took at his wake while he was dead in the coffin that I told you, Mom, it's weird. Don't take pictures of my dead dad right now." And you took them anyway. She's like, "Yeah, well, I was looking at those, and inside of the coffin, it just didn't look nice. It didn't look comfortable, and mine has to look better than his. Mind you, not his last resting place, because he was cremated afterwards." And I'm like, "No, Ma, you need to explain to me how you got these pictures." She's like, "Well, funny story. I went to the casket place, and I actually asked the guy if he would let me inside of the caskets and he could take pictures so that then I could send them to you so that we could decide together." And I'm like, "And they said no?" And she's like, "Yeah, they said no, that was crazy." I'm like, "Yes, that is a crazy fucking ass. Why would you even think that that's okay?" She's like, "Well, it's the last big purchase that I'm ever going to make, and I want to make the best purchase possible." And I'm like, "Okay, how did we get to the pictures?" And she's like, "Well, he didn't know what to do. He called over his daughter, and his daughter said that if I download an app, because that's what old Puerto Ricans called applications, apps. They don't say aplicaciones, they say apps. And she told me about this app that I could learn about it on YouTube, and so I did it. It took me 3 hours. What do you think?" I'm like, "I think you actually might have a future in graphic design." She's like, "Ah, pues mira pa allá, que chévere. I also need to talk to you about the coffee and the bread." I'm like, "What coffee and bread?" She's like, "I want two different types of coffees at my wake, and I want the both types of bread." I'm like, "What do you mean both types of bread?" She's like, "En el de tu papá solamente había pan de agua. We only had water bread." And she wants pan sobao too, so we had to have both of the breads available. I'm like, "Okay, anything else?" She's like, "Yes, different cheeses. I want multiple types of cheeses at my wake." I'm like, "Okay, Mom, anything else?" She's like, "One more thing. The pink one costs an extra 250, so if you could send me that money." I'm like, "I knew it. I knew that there was money involved. Siempre están pidiendo, but it's okay. At the very least, this is the funniest 250 I'm ever gonna spend." By the way, this is definitely a Puerto Rican story.